Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, today I rise to speak because I know that many constituents are asking for a voice. We're a nation in pain. Pennsylvania is struggling. And we, in this room, we are the leaders who are called to offer the path forward. As representatives, it is our constitutional duty to speak about solutions and look to the future. As an institution, the way we speak is to write solutions into bills and vote on them. And that is precisely what we are here to do. COVID-19 is a significant threat to our public health. Social distancing, mitigation measures, hand washing. These are all things that we must follow. And these are all things that we must urge those around us to follow. Of course, we all know that business as usual is not an option. The question that we as leaders are called to answer is this: what is the proper path forward? We've all spent countless hours over the course of the past month on the phone with our constituents, and it's been heartbreaking. People are asking, how are they going to pay their bills? They're asking, how am I going to take care of my employees? They're asking, how do I adjust to a new normal when I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel? There are unavoidable truths. We know that there are operations that must continue for the good of society, and we need to do them safely. I'll give you an example. I have a company headquartered in my district that provides clean linens to major hospital systems across our Commonwealth and beyond. The governor's original list would have shut them down. Fortunately, a subsequent list kept them open. I have powdered metal factories in my district who manufacture components for medical equipment manufacturers. Without their parts, the companies that make ventilators and hospital beds, for example, would not be assembling the equipment we need for this crisis. But powdered metal has had to navigate the waiver process, which has lacked uniformity and transparency. The conversations that I've had with these factory managers, they've been heartening. They want to protect their employees. They want to implement mitigation measures. They know that they cannot do business as usual, but they want to do their part to keep the supply chain moving for the good of society. They can do so while mitigating the risk of spread. Our neighboring states have kept certain industries open that Pennsylvania has shut down. The calculation that we need to consider is, can it be done safely? Once this health crisis has passed, the economic fallout will remain. Let's not make it harder on ourselves by implementing needless economic damage on industries in Pennsylvania whose counterparts continue to operate in neighboring states. I recently talked to a gentleman whose company is permitted to continue operating, but one of his largest customers is shut down. His customers' competitors in neighboring states are still operating, putting him at risk of losing contracts not just during this crisis, but permanently. What should we tell the workers at that company? Where will their jobs be when this is over? The economic situation is becoming desperate. If we do nothing, more and more people will find themselves in despair. And despair leads to many other problems. I'll give you an example: drug abuse. Does anybody remember the other disaster declaration that is still in effect in this state? That's right, we have an opioid crisis. I'm afraid of what is happening to people who are waiting anxiously at home with nothing to do but worry about their future. How about alcoholism? How about depression? Now would be a great time for us to find a way to provide hope. Giving hope is exactly what we are here to do today. That is why we need to speak up in this chamber. We have the opportunity to support Senate Bill 613 as amended and allow a uniform, transparent measure for essential job creators. This legislation is our opportunity as legislators to represent our constituents and call for transparency, uniformity, and most importantly, hope. This is not business as usual. This is the right response at the right time. I urge my colleagues, please vote yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.